Thank you very much. Great to be here. First of all, I don't know anything about the textiles. And I don't know anything about the fashion. I'm a physicist. I'm coming from Finland. I have heard that how good things are here in Sweden. I agree. You were winning the Ice Hockey World Championship this year. Congratulations. So why I'm here? I will tell you a small story how the Spinnova was created. It was 2009 when my co-founder, Mr. Juha Salmela, was attending to one meeting in Oxford University. And there was one of the best researcher, professor, telling about how the spider is spinning the silk. And on that time we were working with the pulp and paper industry like we did 20 years, and working with the cellulose fibers, basically the wood fibers. And then Juha got the idea that what if we are able to spin the wood fibers in the same way as the spider is spinning the protein particles or protein fibers. So he came back home. We did the first test. We were spinning the small nanoscale wood fibers, cellulose fibers, and it was very successful. So the innovation was created already in 2009. Then I was in the different managing positions inside the research institute, and I was not really happy that how fast or slowly the invention was going forward. And then we were spinning out the company at the beginning of 2015. So that's the background, and it was great to hear that there was a Boltredge who is making a spider silk out of the yeast type of process. We are making the textile fibers using the normal natural fibers what you can find in the nature. So we are claiming that we are developing, of course you can always claim that you are developing the most sustainable fiber in the world. So why we are doing what we do? If you look at how the fiber demand is growing in the long future, or even after 10 years, you can see that even though that the polyesters or oil-based textiles, man-made fibers, they are still growing and they are going to grow. But if you look at what is the demand for the new fibers for the textile industry, there is still a gap. So definitely new technologies are needed. And now we are looking especially about the cellulose-based textiles, since we believe that the cellulose is one of the most sustainable material in the globe what you can find. Many people are asking that why you are using trees or woods to make textiles. For us in Scandinavia, it is very easy to understand because we are living in the middle of the woods and you don't have basically anything else. So far, the wood is used mainly for the pulp and paper industry. Now what we are doing is that we are trying to add the value for the fibers what is used for the pulp and paper industry. And with the textiles, you can add a lot of value. On the other hand, if you look at how much wood is used, for example, only inside Finland, if we are turning that fibers into the textiles with our technology, you can almost replace the total whole global cotton production. And that is the story what we are trying to say, that it is not really the raw material issue, even that you are using the wood as a raw material. Maybe the last point is only thing what I would like to point out, that at the moment we have started, since we came from the pulp and paper industry, we started to work with the cellulose fibers based on the wood. But at the moment we have used already almost any cellulose-based raw materials in our spinning process. You can use potato peels, you can use orange peels, you can use sugar beet, you can use straw. And then we have a technology platform that we are using only mechanical treatment to make those natural fibers in a small micrometer level, and then we are spinning them without any chemicals. So this is something what you can find from our web pages. As said, we take a raw material, then we have only the mechanical pre-treatment. We are not using any chemicals. we are putting some energy and some mechanical treatment, and we are turning those natural fibers into the textile fibers. And the only side stream which is coming out of the process is the evaporated water. So basically we are drying the fiber suspension, and then we are taking the water out and putting the water back into the process. And as said, we are not using any chemicals. So we are not using any dissolving processes what are used in all man-made cellulose processes today. And that is the biggest difference for all the other technologies which are currently available. So if we look a little bit more detail what we do, this is the example that you take a wood, or you can take a waste streams like agricultural waste. You can even take a cotton waste and then use the mechanical refining process to make those fibers into the micrometer scale. And then we have a spinning technology that we are spinning those small fibers, we are putting them in line, make a bonding between the fibers, and then you can get a textile type of fiber at the end. So we are calling that we are using microfibrillated cellulose as a raw material. It can be different natural fibers. If you look in more detail at how it looks like, you can see that the diameter of the fibers are in the nanometer scale, but the length of the fibers are in the hundreds of micrometers. And then the innovation is that how you are able to put those fibers in line and create very thin textile type of fiber out of that material. And then we are extruding. It is only the water-based process, and we are extruding, spinning the fiber, and we are not using any chemicals, as said. So where we are at the moment, we have done a lot of different kind of demonstrations. We have seen that the potential is there. That is the fact. We are already about in the same level compared to the cotton fibers or the man-made cellulose fibers. So we know that, yes, they are going to work in the different type of textile applications. We have looked at non-woven applications. For example, the thermal insulation properties are very unique. This felt, what you can see on the bottom there, the thermal insulation property is as good as the sheep wool. So we know that there are plenty of applications. But right now, the main driver for us and the only goal is that now we are upscaling. And this year, we are going to upscale into the first industrial scale production unit. And then the only target is that we are showing that our concept is working. And our concept is like that you have a small production units, and then depending on the volume what you are trying to get, you are just copying as many production units as needed. What is also the main goal, that it should be the drop-in product into the current value chain. And that is something what we are testing internally in-house. We have our own carding, own spinning line. We have even own knitting lines. We are working with the brands, since we believe that it is the best way to start from top to make clear that our sustainable fiber is not lost inside the value chain. Almost every week, someone from big textile brands are contacting us and asking that they would like to start the collaboration. And for us, the most important is that the sustainability values are there. And that we are able to really find a partner who is committing and helping us to put this into the global markets. Thank you.